global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. There have been so much reactions while Akeredolu has said that those who committed this heinous crime in Owo in Ondo State are actually Libya-trained Malians who came to Nigeria, but they actually trained in Libya to commit such terrible acts. We're the one that did this dastardly act, and his security agencies are on their trail. Nigerians reacted to it. A lot of Nigerians believe that maybe he's just trying to be smart by half, or maybe doesn't just want to shake the table and all that. A lot of Nigerians believe that the narrative was just distorted for peace to reign. Well, it looks like the Fulanis are not having it anytime. They're not having it low anymore. They've had it up to their neck. They're tired of being called out for every insecurity that goes on in Nigeria. This is what they have promised. Even the media houses that will do this against them. Before we go into the news proper, we'd like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. It was reported that some terrorists invaded a Catholic church in Owo, local government area of Ondo State, on Sunday, killing scores and injuring dozens. The incident caught the people unawares, as the people who moved against them invaded the church and started doing all manners periodically, wounding many, injured, and some also went down. However, the Nigerian police have not revealed the perpetrators of this act, as investigations are still ongoing. Some news platforms have published that the terrorists were Fulanis. Reacting to the report from some news media and newspaper, an assistant professor in the American University of Nigeria, that's Ahmad Shehu, has threatened that they would be going to court with the newspapers that mention the word Fulani. Just mentioning that word Fulani, you are going to court. In their report of the Owo massacre, that if you mention that their name, Fulani, in this thing that happened in Owo, that they will meet you in court. He noted that Nigerian journalists must be educated about ethnic profiling. Now, here is, let me give you word for word what he said. He said, look, we are going to court with a newspaper that mentioned the word Fulani in their report of the Owo massacre. Nigerian journalists must be educated about ethnic profiling and why it can't continue. I am Fulani, and the Supreme Court must decide whether I have the right to innocent. This regardless of whether the perpetrators happen to be Fulani or not. There is no single ethnic group that is all innocent or all evil. Why the Fulani is different in this country is unacceptable. The court must speak on this. Referring to the perpetrators of the Owo massacre as Fulani is totally wrong, as the police have not revealed the real identity of the terrorists. We hope that the public will desist from doing so and wait for the police report from the police. Okay, but now let's feel the pulse on Nigerians. The truth of the matter is that I understand the pains of ethnic profiling, as Ahmed Shehu, PhD, has noted. Honestly, it's not a nice thing. Honestly, it's not a nice thing. If every time you have not done anything wrong as a person, and simply because there's something one or two of your uneducated clan are doing, and they just keep generalizing it, such that if you just mention that name Fulani, it's as if an evil person has just appeared. It can be painful when you know that you are not like that. Even if one or two persons in your clan or one or two persons in your ethnic group are like that, it doesn't also mean that ethnic group is a custodian of all evils or all wrongdoing. Come on, let's be real to ourselves, except you're just being smart by half. There's nobody that has a custodian of violence. There's nobody that has a custodian of goodness. We all have it in our little ethnic groups. There's some Muslims, or there's some Christians, or there's some traditionalists, and there's some people from the south, east, west, and north who, if you see them, they stick closer to you than brothers. And I'm speaking from experience. It's not all of them that I keep saying this always, that look, yes, you may have met one or two, just like if you meet an uneducated and ill-spoken and uh ill not exposed, someone who's not exposed now, from your tribe, if you have an encounter with such a person, you will agree with me, sometimes it can be very irritating. But it doesn't also mean that there's still not some people who are also very educated, very exposed, well trained, well mannered in your culture and other tribes. I think we should be a bit more accommodating. Now, if you check his pedigree, he's a Fulani man, but he's not a herdsman. Or maybe he is, I wouldn't know. But one thing is certain, he's well led, he's well read, he's also well learned. He's learned. PhD, that's the academic doctor. Okay, which means at least he understands his rights and all that. So that his people, some of them may not be educated enough. It doesn't mean that all of them are animalistic or barbaric. And he's saying, come, does it mean because I'm a Fulani man, I am now being profiled as evil? If you get it from his angle, you agree with me that it's actually a painful one. I keep saying this, they are not, nobody, no tribe have all as bad. You still have some good ones, and if you keep putting them all as bad, maybe that's personal opinion though. But of course, here what Nigerians are saying, they're even going totally contrary to what I am saying. This one here is saying, you want us to notice you, Abi? What is special about Fulani? Haven't you been hearing other group names mentioned when something happened? The Muslims, especially the fanatics among them, are against the Christians and are bringing them down. So what is happening in the country now? If anybody or newspaper mention Muslim, might not be totally wrong. Another person here is saying it's glaring that the attack was carried out by the Fulanis and Nigerian army provided cover for them. Nigerians are still talking. Another person here saying, but they mentioned IPOB in the media. Nigeria is a funny country. I don't know. I did not hear that one though. Another person here saying, before Buhari take over power, who knows? I don't understand what this person is saying. This person is saying, useless and heartless set of people. You now believe that whenever an incident like this occurred, that a thorough investigation needed to be carried out before mentioning the perpetrators. But if it was in Biafra land, immediately all of you, including your police, media, and so on, would just target IPOB and ESN without even an atom of investigation. This is quite deep. Honestly, this particular observation is really deep. See, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. Several times also, I've also remember that someone like Emma Powerful keep coming around, debunking, insisting that it's not IPOB, that people who are working so hard to implicate them. That's how it feels also when something happens and they just say it is UGM, is ESN. Or they tell you IPOB is the cause of the balance. IPOB don't even know, they're not even close to it. They don't even know anything that is happening in that aspect. But IPOB have, if you watch them, they will just come make them press release and they move on. They've never even really threatened to go to court. But let's see. He has promised to take media houses to court. We'll keep you informed as more information on that comes out. That's where we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in the comment section also. To have